Well, here we are assembling the PTO clutch, and look, what you're going to need is a bit of grease. This is just a cartridge, grease gun cartridge. As it gets too deep for my finger, I just keep chopping the edge off and I can keep putting the top on. So we need a little bit of grease. We need a bit of oil for the plates and a few parts. Okay, so look, first cab off the rank is the R39304, and that's the piston seal, the rubber one. Now, I'm just not sure I didn't curl that up then. I'll just try and I like to keep my fingers on it so I know which side is naturally the inside, because sometimes on here you can get them a bit ballsed up. And we feed that in. And there we go. That should be in nice and neatly for us. Now, I might just take that side light out of the way and use the overhead light, because I think it gives us less shadows down in the hole here. So, okay. Now on our piston, I've cleaned the piston and I've smoothed out all inside where that rubber goes with a bit of 600 sandpaper. That's in the parts washer while I was washing it. Now we have the steel piston ring that we got to get back in, so we'll just make sure that's all nice and clean. I can still see some machine marks on there even. So we put that on the piston and wiggle it in the groove and make sure that this groove hasn't been damaged in any way. It's not tight, and it's not, so that's great. So what I do now is I grab a bit of my favourite grease. Even if it's not my favourite grease, I'd use it anyway. And I put a liberal coating of grease on the inner, and I put a fair bit around the outside here, where we want that piston ring to slide nicely for us. There's two reasons for this. One, it helps get in there, helps get things started in there. But also later on, when we're doing a couple of pressure tests, a little bit of grease helps seal up just to air test. And as soon as we start the tractor, that grease will disappear, and it's a mineral base, so it'll just disappear in with the oil and no harm done. So okay, so we get the clutch piston here, and you remember it got stuck on the way out. Guess what? It'll want to get stuck on the way in. So with my little screwdriver here, all we do is work our way around a little bit with a bit of downward pressure. And there we go. Now we've gone past where the plates are, see the little grooves here? The piston's gone down past there, so we know it's pretty well right home. So now we bring the spring, bring the piston return spring in, and the retainer. We find our tool again. What do we do? put this fella here. Just started off with one thread. Now we'll try and line all this up nicely so it's all nice and square, and down the centre of the hole and all that sort of thing. And just wind him in. That's looking pretty good. We're just coming past the groove there where the piston is. You can see that, so we need to go a bit further. Give ourselves plenty of room to put it in. And there we go, that's buckets of room. That'd almost be coil bound. Okay, so then we've got to remember where we put the little snap ring, and here it is here. Give him a wipe up. This one can go on like that. Oh, I missed it. Missed it by that much. And make sure your snap ring is right home. Now wind the tool back out. There you go, the piston's in. Right, now we've got our clutch pack, or our piston in and our spring in and all that. It's time to start putting the plates in. So, look, all we have to do is drop one in. Before we do that, we should do this. It doesn't matter for the first one, but you can't do them all like that. So we'll pop this hub in here. Beautiful. Okay, where's these plates, Lance? Okay, once you've got the plates in, the first one in, just start feeding them in. You can soak these plates in oil. And sometimes I'll fill the pack up and just drop a bit of oil in, so. I can't remember that I put oil on there. No, I didn't. Bloody hard to get good help, isn't it? Alright, we might go away for a sec while I fill up this clutch pack, and we'll come back when we're done. Okay, look, I've filled up the basket here with plates, and where I was thinking there was going to be 8 plates, there's only 7 plates. So That's what I get for not being able to pull it apart myself. I just thought the 1640 had 8 plates, but it has 7. When you put the extra plate in, you can't get this circlip in. There's no clearance for it. So that's something yeah, I'll have to try and check a parts book if I can find one somewhere again. But yeah, I could only actually find 7 plates, and when I put the pack together, this pack 7 it is, but you can have up to 10 in here depending on the horsepower of the tractor that you're working with. But the little 1640, she's only got 7. So all we need to do now, a point of note, I suppose, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can see the internal ones. Now, if you remember when we were talking about doing it up to start with, just pop all that back in. And we said this surface here being galled, we can turn it upside down. So this is where we actually get to turn it upside down. And with the circlip here, look for a sharp edge, and you'll notice the holes here. Most circlip holes are tapered. These ones look just about straight either way, so look, it doesn't matter on this instance. So we'll try, get a bit of pressure there. And I'm just bringing the circlip up against the top of the groove, and I'm just checking the clearance. And with the clearance there, you can see there's plenty there. There will be a measurement for it. I don't know what it is, but I definitely can't get another plate in there anyway, so we're full house with that. So what we need to do now too is, with this needs to be able to turn, and I can't turn it just by hand, but it will turn, that's for sure. And what we can do, just to make sure the plates have got enough oil on them to muck around, to soak in, we can just put a little bit around here. Keep in mind that this clutch pack is in the bottom of your gearbox, so by the time you put your tractor together, fill it with oil and run it and all that sort of thing, this clutch pack it'll be lubricated plenty. Okay, the sealing rings at the back, we need to put them on, and look, that's about it for this clutch pack. I'll just give that camera another bump. So if we pop this one in there, I should have probably done this before I put any oil in the pack, because I'll probably make a mess now. And that's nice and lined up. I never put the grooves together, but it doesn't matter with a hook ring, but I just don't spin them around. It's a habit from old engines, I suppose. There you go, a bit of oil come out of the pack, that's good. All right, we should be able to tidy some of this up, give ourselves back a clean workbench. That'd be something. Once we have a clean bench, we can do a bit of a test on that clutch pack. Now, to do the test on the clutch pack, it's as simple as, I usually put a bit of grease in the PTO brake housing here. Well, actually, I usually put around the rings just to, and look, it's just to help them seal them, because we're testing with air, not oil. So if we stick this clutch pack on there, make sure it's home nicely. I'll just go and grab a set of multi grips so we can, whoa, sorry. Now you remember the bottom one here was the clutch pack. I have an air nozzle that'll actually go into that hole, I believe. If not, you can put a bit of fuel hose around the end. But what we're looking for is, at the moment, we can turn that pack easily. It's just a bit hard to do by hand, but with a pair of multis just to help grip, it's okay. And then when we put air up the pack here, you can see the pack engage and disengage. So we can do that with a bit of air, we're going to have no trouble with the rest. So I need an extra hand here. So once that pack's locked, we won't be able to turn that, not in a fit. That air leaking out that you can hear, that's just, I can actually feel it coming out down the bottom end here. So perhaps I need a bit of rag or something around there. But there's your pack locking up and releasing. There's no way that'll turn with a bit of load on it. But I can't actually show you. I've got enough hands. Quick, jump out of the screen and give us a hand, will you? Oh, I do that all day. Okay, that's it. We'll wrap that up with a rag now, and we'll move on to something else.